and today's video is going to be part 2 of my transfer video series. So part 1 of the series was my top 10 tips for transfer students video, and if you haven't seen that one already, I'll leave it linked down below. I definitely think you should check it out. This one is a little bit more specific to me. It's where I just sit down and talk with you guys about my advising and orientation session. So for those of you that don't know, when you enter a new school, like a new university or college or something like that, they make you go through an advising or orientation session, and basically during that session you learn a lot about the school and what your place in that school is and what you're going to be doing there as a student, what's expected of you, options available to you. It's just like a whole day full of learning about yourself and that school. I said all of this stuff in my last video, but I feel like I should say it in this one as well. A little bit about myself as a student. I am a transfer student from Cascadia Community College in Bothell, Washington, and I am currently attending the University of Washington Seattle campus, and I transferred from that school with an associate's degree as a junior into the University of Washington. And yeah, so for the University of Washington, they have special sessions that are specifically designed for transfer students like myself that are different from freshman students. So the idea behind having A&O sessions specific to transfer students like myself is that college isn't new to us. What's new to us is that specific campus and that community. So pretty much the whole theme was about finding our place on campus with 2 years left to go in our college career, and it was really helpful and interesting. And yeah, so I really didn't think I should vlog that day. I thought it would be a little bit awkward if I was doing like check-ins like, oh hey, what's up you guys, right now we're going on our campus tour. Well, there's just a bunch of people I don't know there, so I didn't vlog, but I did get a few clips of my time there pretty much. But what I did want to do was I just wanted to sit down and reminisce and talk with you guys a little bit about that day. Transfer started for me at freaking 7:45 in the morning, which is very, very early, and it started at that time. I did not wake up at that time. I had to wake up at literally like 5 o'clock to get ready and do my makeup and then make an hour drive down to Seattle. But you guys, I like had to do my makeup and I had to do it well because we were taking our school ID photos that day. I suppose I could have taken it any other day. They did give us that option, but I had already like set out to get everything done that day, and yeah, I'm pretty glad I did. Whatever. So woke up really early, got ready, and made an hour commute to the campus. I was really nervous because I hadn't driven in that area by myself. I'm just like messing with my hair, you guys. I cannot. So I was a little bit nervous about driving to campus for the first time because I had never driven there myself, and I had only ever been on campus like twice before then, because I have a cousin who went there. I found parking. Thankfully, the parking attendants very kindly directed me to where exactly I needed to park and go and stuff like that, so that was nice. And then, so the weeks and the days leading up to my advising and orientation session, I did have a checklist of things I needed to do and bring, so I made sure I brought those things, and those things were just like a pencil, a pen, a water bottle because we would be walking around the whole entire campus and getting a campus tour, and I needed to have already submit all my health records to the UW, which makes sense because they don't want someone who's super sickly on campus infecting everyone. So yeah, I made sure I completed all my checklists, and included with those checklists were included was where I needed to go, where the meeting place was for my session, and what time I needed to meet. So that's pretty much how I knew where I needed to go and why. So promptly at 7:45 they like opened the doors and they're like, okay everyone, you can check in, and check-in was pretty easy. I just had to tell them my full name and they were able to pretty much get me set up right away. They did give me this, which is just a little name card that has my name on it and what rotation group I am, advising and registration kind of appointment, and then I had a special appointment because I'm a minority, and I'll talk about that as well. They also gave us like other free stuff, like, and then a t-shirt for UW. Clearly, like, I don't need any more UW stuff. I haven't even attended my first class there, but I already have a ton of stuff because, I don't know, it's just super cute to me. I love their collegiate stuff. Yeah, but most importantly, what they gave me is this Husky guide for the school, pretty much. This is like a Bible. This had all of the itinerary for the day. They printed out a copy of my transcript for me. It comes with like a full-on calendar for the year, which is super important. I'm gonna like tack this up somewhere. And Throughout the day, I got other little pamphlets for like Department of Communications, which is my major. Just other little papers that are very informative. Accessing my Husky card account. Yeah, so I'm gonna set this stuff aside because what's really important in my Husky guide is just this, the transfer orientation kind of day thing that they mapped out for us, the schedule. There we go. All right, so check-in 7:30 to 7:55 a.m. That is correct. After we checked in and got settled pretty much, they had us sit in a big auditorium where they would normally do lectures and stuff like that, but it was just for us to kind of, as a group, get together and pay attention to information that would apply to all of us. So that lasted about an hour and a half. That went on until 9:20, and then we had kind of a 10-minute period where we could go to either one of these information sessions, and we got to choose two. The ones that I chose were the Learn to Lead, Activate Your Husky Experience, and Helping Huskies Get Hired. And I'm so glad I chose both of those because the Learn to Lead is kind of like a program where you learn what leadership options are available to you on campus, and the other one was about internships and getting hired and just statistics, advice, resources for finding a job as a student on my campus. So those two sessions were great, and then afterwards there was a kind of financial services session where they taught us about our payment options and most importantly how to pay tuition, which I otherwise would not have known how to do because it's a little bit of a process. You have to go through some steps before you can actually pay for tuition. They gave us options for paying, and they also gave us the day that we need to pay, which is like the third Friday of every month or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's marked there on the calendar, which would be helpful because I don't remember already. But yeah, they mapped out the whole process for us and showed us exactly where to go on our account, so that was very helpful. And then we had a health and wellness kind of seminar, and that was pretty much all about being safe on campus. But yeah, it was really straightforward. It was a very adult conversation about, you know, the reality of being a college student on campus, especially coming from a smaller community college. It's helpful, I guess, for transfer students to know what goes on UW and where to go should things go wrong. This whole thing was just like a learning experience for me. And after that, we had kind of a registration session. It was really short. They just really quickly wanted to show us exactly how to register, where we need to go, but we didn't register right then and there. What we did after that was a transfer student panel where they had transfer students who have literally come from other community colleges and are currently attending the university. They had them like set up in front of us and we could ask them whatever questions we wanted and they would help us pretty much. It was really helpful. They had some insider information, personal experiences and stories that were beneficial to know about, you know. It's kind of nice knowing that there are people like you on campus who had to navigate the same struggles as you. And then after that we had lunch. Lunch was alright. It was like pasta. Ooh, our afternoon sessions. Okay, so this is where it gets a little bit more important. For the afternoon sessions, that's where we did our registration and we broke up into smaller groups. So we started as a big group of like 60-some students of all different majors and stuff like that. Then after that, we split up into two major groups, which was psychology and communications. I clearly was in the communications group, and everyone who didn't fit into those two categories, who had less competitive majors, they split up into just different bundles of students. And that's one thing that I learned is what a competitive major is. So a competitive major could be a major that's difficult to get into, has a lot of prerequisites, and maybe a lot of people applying to get into that major or that program. Or a competitive major could be something like communications, where more people are accepted into the communications program, but communications classes are hard to snag. Alright, and I learned that firsthand my A&O session. So when we split up into the group of like communications students, all of us together, we walked to the communications building, and at that building is where most of the comm classes are held. And then we got into that room where we needed to register for classes, only to find that every single communications class was full, pretty much. No biggie. So I will say that it is a little bit discouraging to be a part of a major where your first time ever on campus, you're not even able to take classes within that major, but it's okay. I was able to, I guess, supplement the other degree requirements during my first quarter. They sat us down, they had us look at our transcript, and we used some resources online to give us a degree audit, see how we are doing in terms of the communications degree. And I pretty much had all of my prerequisites done. I had my foreign language done, I had all of my math and English and writing done, and I needed an extra natural world class, so I'm able to take that my first quarter. I needed 3 diversity credits, and I was able to pick that up my first quarter as well. And so I think after this first quarter, I'm a little bit more hopeful that I will be able to start taking communications classes at the UW. Ah, here it is. So there are different types of areas of interest in the communications department. There's political and rhetoric communication, social and cultural communication, and then there's technology and global media. My focus is the technology and global media one. So the classes that you need to take for each focus are different. So that's another thing that they helped with. The classes that I need to take to get that degree are all available to me online, and I could kind of use that as like a check-off kind of reference. But like I said, I can't take any classes this first quarter at UW just because they weren't available. Definitely not anyone's fault, really. That's just kind of how it goes. Like, as a transfer student, even though we're juniors and might be able to get an earlier registration period, considering how many credits we've already taken and how close we are to our degree, because we are transfer students, like, we have to register later during our A&O session. So after the tour, we did a little rite of passage thing, and from there we went over to the place where we take our ID photos, and we had been walking around campus all day in like 80-degree weather outside, and I was looking a hot mess and very oily. So after that was done, everyone who was part of the A&O session could disperse. That was pretty much the end of it. That was the whole day. But me, because I'm a minority, I had an extra little appointment in the Office of Minority Affairs and Diversity, and that's because I am Filipina, I'm a minority, I'm a first-year, 4-year college student, if that makes sense. My parents went to college, but they only went to community college. I'm thankful that I get to go to a university, but because of all of these experiences that led up to me being in this Office of Minority Affairs and Diversity, I was able to score a really nice and really sweet counselor. He seems like an amazing and very helpful guy, and I learned about so many more resources that are available to me because I'm part of this program. It's like an EOP program. I'm not really sure what that stands for, but it's a thing. They will make sure I'm on track to my degree, and they will help me with pretty much everything else I want. Internships, interviews, they will do mock interviews with me, they'll look over my resume, they'll help me format and write my resume. You guys, this is like such an amazing thing that's offered to me, and I'm very thankful for that. But yeah, that was pretty much it for my A&O session. I just wanted to tell you guys that that's what happened, and this is where I am right now, and I'm really excited to be a student here. I hope you guys found this video interesting. It was really nice for me to kind of reminisce and look back and remember all of these things that happened to me this day, because it really is my first time on campus as a student of the University of Washington. Pretty much like a video diary. Like, for a vlog, this is literally like a video blog. Like, this is what I did this day. So that's everything that I have to say for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And as always, if you have an Instagram, I'd really appreciate it if you would follow me at ohdangdanii with 2 eyes, and I'll see you guys next time.